Welcome guys to another PALWORLD video. It is the coconut stick here today, and the number one question all you guys are asking is where is the best ore slash coal location? I'm gonna let you know right here right now. If we open up the map right here, as you can see, the starter zones are around here. So if you just go directly north, you'll eventually come up to the Mossandra forest. Now from the Mossandra forest you can either go northwest straight up to the base location, or what you can do is go northwest straight up to here to the Syndicate Tower, and then if you go directly north from there you'll hit the sealed realm of the Guardian. Now obviously once you get to the sealed realm of the Guardian, if you literally come out here, you look directly northeast-ish, right? So around there, as you can see, I've literally just spawned in via the fast travel and it's literally just up there. You see the little building? So obviously it is better to have a flying mount. I would recommend waiting until you are level 15 to do so, and so that way then you can get the Nightwing and the saddle to make it a lot easier to get up here. But you can get up here if you are on a public server before then, just to place down a PAL box to secure the location, because this is a hotspot. As you can see, there is the second, well, one of the fight towers. So obviously, as you can see, it's in between the sealed realm of the Guardian and the snow biome tower. So once you're up here, there's a few things that you want to take into consideration. There is a hill here. So as you can see, I would recommend doing a 2x3. That's generally what I do. It looks, keeps it small, keeps it tight, and just basically makes it easy to place two of these furnaces. Obviously, I haven't taken the time to get the resources for the second furnace, which you can place here next to these chests. You can also have metal chests, and obviously you have your PAL box in the center, but make sure you place these behind, because when you fast travel to your PAL box, it ends up spawning you behind. It's just like a little quality of life thing. Not only that, I would recommend building your actual sleeping area towards this corner. The only reason why I say that is so on the northwestern corner of the rounded island, and the reason why I say this is because that way then you don't sacrifice any of the ore node spawns or any of the coal spawns that are over here. Now going over the pals that I mainly recommend, the best pal that you could have in your group right now is Anubis. Now that's only because he's got 4 handiwork, he's got 3 mining, and his 2 transport. Even though he's only 2 transport, he is one of the faster pals to run around to transport things, so it just makes things a whole lot quicker. And if you have about 4 to 5 of them, you generally aren't going to need any more. One thing I'd also recommend, make sure you're level 10 if you want to use it as a second base location, because you can always transport things to and from your other base. Just use this as an ore slash coal mining location, which just makes things so much smoother for your other base if you don't want to clutter up this small area too much and have the chance of sacrificing any of the nodes whatsoever. So to get these Anubises, right, if we come over here, so as you can see here, this is a website called palpedia.net. I will leave a link in the description. And the beauty of this is that you can select specific work skills, and it will show you all of the different work skills that each of these have. And then one thing that you can do is you can click on them. It explains all the stats and everything like that. You can also see map spawns, and it will take you to where you can end up finding them. Now Anubis you can't actually find in the world. The only one that I know about in the world is the boss, but obviously that's a higher level. So if you wanted to say obviously get this without being a high level, you can actually look at the breeding partners, which is amazing. This is an amazing thing. Now obviously a lot of the things are going to be high level things that you're not going to really see. But if you keep scrolling down, the Ike deer and the beacon, they're relatively easy to get. Digtoises, Relaxosauruses aren't too bad to find. So here's another easy one. Relaxosauruses with celeries. The celeries are really easy to find. And obviously if you want to find specific locations of these ones, you click here. If view map spawn. The map will come up, tell you the level of the locations, and it will have golden circles around each one. Now the best one that I found is the Pen King with the Bushy. Arsox and Quivern, those are generally both in low level locations, which are this is once again another boss, which you can find. So here you go, as you can see right here, Pen King and Bushy. The reason why I think these two are really like the easiest ones to find, because these are both level 15 bosses in the world and level 23. So I'll show you on the map here right now. So if I open up my map here, you will end up finding Bushy here, level 23, directly west of the general starting areas, which they spawn every hour, which is unfortunate. So obviously it's time consuming, but it's a low level. And then obviously you've got your Pen King at level 15. These are the two breeding Palmon that I would recommend you going for to easily breed Anubis. Now there's a few Palmon that we'll talk about here, which will help if you cannot obtain the Anubis. And a few that I would recommend here would be, of course, Pel King. The main reason why I would suggest Pen King is because not only does he have 2 mining, he has 2 transporting, and he also has 2 watering. So when he's not mining things, he can also be watering your plants within the base if you end up having plants. Or you can also go with the Tombat, which obviously, once again, if you need to find out the map spawns, locations, or even the breeding partners, depending on which one you're trying to do, you can also just click through there. Excuse me. What makes this one good is that he's got gathering and he's also got transporting. Quivern, once again, a really decent one, just down to the simple fact that he's got 2 mining, 3 transporting, 2 gathering, and he also has handiwork, which is pretty big. But these are the 4 that I would recommend, right? Because transporting is always good to have on every single pal that you have on top of this mountain, just down to the simple fact of transporting the resources to the box have to be in mind. Then what we're going to go over is seeding. So the better seeding ones that I would recommend that are low level will be, I would recommend optimizing the PAL, so that way then it can do 2 jobs, especially if you are looking just to have 2 pastures like berry patches, because that's generally all you need to feed all of your pals that you're going to have here. One that I would really highly recommend is Petalia. The thing is, obviously she's a much higher level, the bosses. So if we come back here, be able to find Petalia right here. Now she is level 28. Once again, obviously if you've got the Pen King for the breeding, directly northwest of that there's the level 28 Petalia. Another one that I would recommend is which one was it now? It was the Violet. Once again, just because they've got planting and gathering, so that way these 2 can do multiple jobs just for the one singular pal. Now it doesn't take too long for planting and it doesn't take too long to gather. So obviously if you've got one with transporting or handiwork, obviously these 2 will be great, because not only will they then be able to just help moving all the ore and the coal back into the chest, just like the miners, it just negates downtime. And then obviously for the last one, when we're talking about water, I've already recommended it. I recommend the Pen King, just down to the simple fact that he can help mine, he can then transport shit, he can help handiwork, and once again he can help watering. Now a few others that I could recommend is Serpent, just down to the simple fact that all he does is water, or Relaxosaurus, because he helps with transportation again. These are the 3 types that I would recommend you having for like just base setup. And then obviously if you want it for the core, the ore and the coal to make the ingots, I would recommend having either an Arsox, which is level 2 Kindling, which you can generally find in the low level areas. If we have a look right here, see Arsoxes can be found in the level 10 area here and here, which is why this website is absolutely amazing, because literally you can find any pal you want or find out any way to end up breeding them. Another one that I would really recommend that I'm currently using, obviously for a higher level, is Reptiro. Now the reason why is because he does level 3 mining and level 3 excuse me, level 3 mining and level 3 kindling. Obviously the only thing is this is a slightly higher level PAL, which obviously you'll be getting a bit later on, which is why I recommend maybe the Arsox. And if and obviously the bushy can work, but obviously he has so many multiple different traits, like level traits, like work skills, that it might not be super effective. Once you go over 2, like for instance 2, I would say is a perfect amount, just down to the simple fact that they're not going to be constantly going in between doing different jobs. That's why I recommend the Arsox, because yeah, he'll do a bit of mining, but for the majority of the point, if you get like 2 of them, maybe 3, they'll just mainly focus on the refining. And then the same with Reptiro, because once all the ore mining and the coal mining is done, which generally the ore nodes and the coal nodes do not respawn for 24 hours in game time. So there's a lot of downtime, as you could probably hear in the background and probably see. Well, look here, there's literally just transporting to be done right now, and it's what, only halfway through the day in game. You guys probably couldn't see that. If you have a look right here, only halfway through the day, they've already mined everything and they are already transporting. Now the thing with this, look, this is literally my setup. This one I was mainly having inside of my group. It's easily breedable. Obviously, once again, you can look at it through the PALWORLD palpedia.net website. In case you want to get like a fridge to store specific foods in there and whatnot, so that way then you can help keep the sanity up of your pals. But if you want to keep your pals sanity high, what I'd recommend doing eventually once you unlock it is obviously unlocking these luxurious, these high quality hot springs, which yes, they do cost quite a bit, but it will be helpful in the long run. And I have done a luxury beds, and obviously that's because I've just had the resources, but I would recommend at least fluffy pal beds just to keep their sanity high, so that way then they don't end up getting lazy and their production is kept at a high standard. Obviously this is the house setup. The reason why I've done it like this is because on top of here, what I can end up doing is placing multiple different things, like the flame cauldron to increase any fire making speed, so that will be obviously the refining and possibly cooking. The water fountain to increase the speed of the watering. The large toolbox I would recommend, because I am going to show you that you can place not show you, but tell you that you can place conveyor belts, the production lines, on this circular thing to help you build bullets and to help you build ultraspheres and whatnot with the stuff. Pickaxe and helmet, this is just going to speed up the production, the mining around the base. Then you've got obviously the silo to help with the planting, and you know, I'm sure you get the gist. Obviously snowman for cooling, etc, etc. And now I would recommend placing all of these up on top of this building. Now the reason why I've had it too high is just down to the simple fact that the big pals don't get stuck going in and out of the building to their beds. Not only that, you can make it 3 high if you want. I've seen base builds where they're 3 high, but on the 3rd one they go inwards and then they come back round and then make a roof, and then that makes just on the 2nd level there's going to be a floor, like a 1 by like 3 wall floor going across here, and obviously it goes round, so then you can place more things inside, like a bed and other things. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know much else more to go on, but as you can see, we are just pumping out more ingots with just the 1 refined ingots. I did a bunch of ingots already, and with this setup of having high quality spar here and over here, you shouldn't really end up with any of your pals being unhappy at all or ever having any problems. And then obviously you just let them farm away. So sustaining your food source for your pals, if you have these luxurious beds and you have these high quality springs, you can literally just give them berries. So if you like, I've done a 2x2, you don't need to, you can actually just do 2 and then place the 2 there, and then technically you could just put like the food box on the ground for them to be transported to, and obviously all the pals eat. It's just as simple as that. And then obviously if we're talking about the, and then also for the assembly lines, right, the best place for them to go, so that way then these don't deteriorate, is back along here. So if you and just making sure that they're not too close to any of the nodes, so that way then the nodes respawn. It's not a big deal if you do place them and the all nodes don't respawn. You could just remove it, wait for them to respawn, replace them in a different area, and then you can have your Anubis, because they have such high handiwork, help you, well, I say help you, but literally craft you anything that you put through these assembly lines, which makes them so much faster. So not only would I recommend these Anubises for your mining base, I'd pretty much recommend them for your main base too, just for the handiwork, because it makes things so much faster and just so much easier. I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the video. If you guys want to see more videos like this with explanations and stuff of things, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below with what you thought. I know this video may have been a bit too much and not so structured. I am very bad with structuring videos on how I should explain things. Hopefully in the editing scenario I end up being able to edit bit by bit for you to make it make more sense. Once again, if you want to check out that PAL website, where you can find every single PAL location and everything that breeds into what, and to find out how to breed certain, well, what you need to breed to make certain pals, then obviously just check out palpedia.net. That link will be down in the description. Appreciate all you guys. We'll be releasing more videos in the future about what pals are better for specific roles, where to find them, best way to breed them, so on and so forth, boss battles, where to find them, and just any other information. If you guys want to know anything else, leave a comment down below and let me know. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Take it easy. Have a beautiful day, evening, or wherever you guys are from.